Welcome to day 19. We are talking about lighter and loftier things in life, still focused on Jesus, still focused on you needing to go to heaven and you needing to make sure you know how to get to heaven. But here we are, cleaning and prepping potatoes all the same, all the while, because we like to do things that are good in our lives, like making food at home. So I'm going to make a potato casserole. There's going to be beef, there's going to be potatoes, there's going to be cheese, and there's going to be a cream of mushroom soup, which my husband doesn't like. But guess what? He did it. He ate it for me. That was so kind of him. You know what? Sometimes in life we eat things we don't like, but they're good for us. And I love that about my husband. He actually wants to do that sometimes. He wants to stay healthy, eat healthy, and he loves his wife, so he'll eat things for her that he doesn't like. So here I am grinding up the beef, and I'm using my favorite pot right near my deep freezer. I've enjoyed cooking lately for a change of scenery, a little bit of sunshine on my face, and just to keep the oven area clean. Why not? The oven's a great place to cook, and of course I do end up baking this in my oven, but for now we're here near the sun on a Sunday morning making a delicious meal for my family. I have a cream of mushroom soup going in, some milk. We're going to whisk that together, so all we have to do in the end is just cut up the potatoes, layer the potatoes, beef, asparagus, and cream of mushroom soup mix. It ends up being very delicious, especially with the Parmesan cheese on the top. Very basic meal, something maybe you haven't made in a while. And if you're in Minnesota, you call it a hot dish. That's a shout out to my brother and sister-in-law over there, enjoying their lives in that beautiful state. I would love to live there one day, maybe even Alaska, who knows, but for now here I am in the north still, enjoying the north just as much. I decided that I was going to cook in this area. I also decided that I would leave my blinds down, which we need to repair. But when the blinds are up, it's such a beautiful snowy day out there. So nice to just check into our backyard, look at all the beautiful life, even in here in our city, going on back there. And here I am grinding up the meat. I had to have this really great meat grinder tool. I got the Pioneer version of it, and now we're going to layer all of the items. So yesterday we were talking a little bit about my Aunt Mary who passed away, and I was having a conversation with my friend just about how she had a lot of trouble with lying, she had a lot of trouble with stealing, but she was just so sweet. She was always giving. Things that she needed to work on. Yes, we all have things we need to work on, but she was a character and we loved her very much. And she, just lots of stories to tell about Aunt Mary. No matter what, she loved Jesus, and that's all I need to know about her. And we had great conversations before she left. Last Saturday, we spoke about how much I looked like my mom and how beautiful my mom was. And my mom would always give her this look when she wanted her to do the right thing. And I gave her that look, I guess, last Saturday when she wasn't behaving and resting like she should be while I was helping tidying her house. And all you can do is just have those memories with your family and remember all the things that you did together and how much you loved that person, and that's how that person stays alive in your heart and in your life. And even though she's gone to heaven to be with the Lord, I know that we're going to be able to use that little bit of her history and that kindness that she showed everyone to share it with one another. So after you layer these potatoes, and I like to make sure that I chop them really thin. It ended up making the texture so delicious when the consistency is the same, as you're not going to always get if you cut different sized potatoes. You're going to also want to make sure that you put some sort of vegetable in this. The potatoes are great. They're very starchy though. And adding that vegetable is going to help just really give some fiber, give you some better nutrients, better nutrition. My kids really still enjoyed it. They actually ate the asparagus and didn't seem to mind as much. This is about part 5 in my series of cooking through my mom's best dishes cookbook that I received from my husband for Christmas. You know, if you get to a slump where you're just making the same thing, or you're not really enjoying cooking, or you need to find something to change it up, by all means, take that little extra time to find a good recipe or to go on a series of maybe cooking with different kinds of items. You can use potatoes, you can use rice, you can use spaghetti, you can use any kind of protein. You can decide that you're going to just use consistently potatoes every Wednesday, or you're going to change up the starch and cook the same protein and see which starch you enjoy with your protein. You can decide that you're just going to try all the vegetable items in the whole world. You know, maybe just decide to go through the alphabet of vegetables with your kids and have a protein, a vegetable, and a potato, you know, every Thursday or Friday. Have something to look forward to. Have something where your kids are going to help you. Have something where someone's going to help you. Maybe switch up meals with each other. You and a friend decide that you're going to cook a couple meals together, or you exchange meals with a friend. You make a meal and then bring it to your friend's house and switch out their meal that they made for you, and it could be a surprise. You know, life is going to get to you. You're going to say that this is all a lot. This is the same thing over and over, or I'm tired of whatever, but the consistency is what your children are going to see. It's what your husband's going to see. It's what ultimately God sees. So what we're doing is we're glorifying God in our work, in our servitude, and we're showing him we love him by doing the things that need to be done, that no one else should have to do for us, that we're perfectly capable of doing, that honestly are a blessing to do because we're given the hands to work, the brain to understand, the taste to know that something tastes well, and that is a true blessing. And we should be grateful for that. So let's show that we're grateful by serving. So finishing up cutting the asparagus, finishing the layering, we add some mozzarella cheese, some salt and some pepper, and that's it for the meal. We bake it off 350 till it's golden brown and the potatoes are soft, and everyone really enjoyed this dish. My daughter also made some really good monster cookies. So we had this potato dish, a zucchini dish, and some monster cookies, and it fed us for about 3 days, which was a huge blessing. And any one of these pieces could have been by themselves, but we put them together.
Yeah, we'll have the
So
cookies
enjoy
today.
this. I pray for you for this day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.